All right, how y'all doing this morning? This is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And this is the Wood Dog, and I'm just keeping it real because keeping it real is the only thing that I know how to do. Keeping it real, unfiltered, just telling you like it is based on what I know and what some of my friends in the community advise me on. And if you notice when the Wood Dog comes on and does his just keeping it real, I'm not coming on here for comedy. I'm not coming on here just to try to be the most popular person on YouTube. It's just that you got certain people in the community causing problems for everybody. And there's still people who will not stand up and say what's going on. You know, you have people who retire from jobs and still are afraid to speak. If you're no longer with them, why are you scared to speak? You know, if you know something that's not right, why wouldn't you want to do something about it and speak on it? Most choose to take the easy road and just flow through a situation. All right, here we go. We got Wayne County elected officials union busting the Wayne County Deputy Sheriff's Association union as we speak. I don't think this is going to plan out because there's a lot of the civil liability behind trying to make a decision like what Wayne County is trying to make. Let me explain. Yesterday, I was informed by the Wayne County Deputy Sheriff's Association, and both of these documents are on my Facebook page. So if you want to read these documents in their entirety, go to my Facebook page, Frank Wood, and you'll see it. You can also see these same documents and the comments that we made on this union busting tactic by the Wayne County CEO's office and the chief judge of the Wayne County Circuit Court. His name is Reginald Crawford. You can go on Reginald Crawford's Facebook page and read these same documents that are on his page are on my page. And if you go on my Facebook page, you will also see in chronological order all the issues revolving the Wayne County Sheriff Rafael Washington, who we need to get out of office next year when it comes time to run for Wayne County Sheriff. I want everybody to do the Wood Dog a favor. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Please do me that one favor right quick, either before, during, or after this video, to like and subscribe to my Facebook channel and my YouTube channel. It helps out my channel and helps me get it out there, and it also will allow you to receive future content. All right, here we go. The union was made aware, the Wayne County Deputy Sheriff's Office was made aware that the Wayne County Executive's Office Deputy CEO and Chief of Staff, who stood with the union and the county commission to represent a unified collaboration to work collectively to save county deputies' jobs. And now they stabbing the union in the back by trying to bring in a security company, Allied Universal. Okay, now everybody, when you get a chance, you can go on Google and Google Allied Universal Security. Okay, this whole situation is revolving around the deputy sheriff staffing the courts, the jails, the road patrols, anything that's involving the deputies. It seems to be under attack. But the citizens need to be aware in Wayne County and that police officers go to a police academy for a reason, because they are trained intensively on de-escalation, the use of force, first aid, detention rights of individuals that they put under arrest, and a litany of other legal and civil issues. That's why police officers go to police academies for at least 5 months. And when you see a police graduation, that should let you know that that person has, at the minimum, been exposed to everything that they need to be exposed to do their legal duty proficiently and safely. But to undercut that, you got these security companies out here who might have a person who's a millionaire. And they say, I want to create a private security force, and then I'm going to hire myself out to entities like General Motors, Ford, Target, Walmart, Home Depot. You know, you see these individuals walking around with body armor on like they're SWAT individuals or they're special response members from an actual police department. And because Michigan and many other states have provisions for civilians to carry guns, some of these rogue security people go out and purchase gun belts and holsters and stuff. So when they're out working in the community for their assigned client, they trying to look like and trying in some ways act like they a police officer, but they're not police officers. Okay, now let me get back to this situation. The Wayne County CEO's office and the chief judge of the Third Circuit Court, her name is Patricia P. Fresard. Patricia, middle initial P, Fresard. She's the chief judge of the Third Circuit Court. She took over from Judge Timothy Kinney. Now, the most intelligent person that I know was Judge Timothy Kinney. He was fair. He made fair rulings for or against any situation. Judge Patricia P. Fresard led me to believe that she is of the same caliber as Judge Timothy Kinney, meaning that she's mature. She's been around the block. She knows the law. I remember when she used to sit on the bench when I was a deputy over at the criminal court downtown at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. She was fair. She made good rulings, and now she's handling civil matters at the Coleman Young Center. Now, the deputies who are assigned to all the courts in Wayne County, the criminal court, the civil court, family court, probate court, the friend of the court, these deputies provide a valuable function that security guards and even city police officers can't provide, because a duly sworn deputy sheriff has police jurisdiction in every city, township, and village in their respective counties. Okay, so you have a lot of authority and a lot of leeway as a deputy sheriff to move around and enforce the law without jurisdictional boundaries. But the circuit court is trying to give that up and try to bring in a security company like Allied Universal to augment the sheriff's department. And as we know, in the media lately, Allied Universal is owned partly by General Motors. And they had a security force. They have a security force at General Motors. And they had a history of body slamming individuals, grabbing people by the collar, throwing them out of the building, acting like Gestapo agents of the SS in Germany during World War II. Well, not too long ago, they jumped on the wrong Negro, because that's who they were obviously targeting at the Renaissance Center. These officers, they get together and they act like they police officers, but they not. Now, there's a unique twist to the authority of these security guards. Some security guards according to the state of Michigan, they have limited police powers granted to them only on private property. And the authority from the state that's given to these officers is governed under Public Act 330. Remember that. Public Act 330. These are limited powers to them to act as they are the police only on public property. But some of these officers, they stepping off the curb into the street downtown Detroit at General Motors and many other private property sites around the country where General Motors may own, and they use the same security company, Allied Universal. Now, what makes the Wayne County CEO's office and Warren Evans representatives think, and Chief Judge Patricia Fresard think, that hiring a security company with limited powers is going to make a difference in the security of the Third Circuit Court? None. And I know that for a fact. Before I was a police officer, I was a security guard myself. It was a job that I needed, and I had two jobs. I was security guard at night, and I was a cook at a Jewish nursing facility before I became a deputy. And I was in the U.S. Army National Guard at the same time. And, you know, for them to try to think that these security guards are going to do a better job than a deputy, they're sadly mistaken. And I'm going to tell you why. Because a police officer, whether it's a deputy or a police officer, like Detroit police officers, for example, because the deputies in Detroit police in Wayne County work hand in hand. And their powers are MCO's licensed officers. You're going to get a bunch of wannabe officers, no matter how good they screen these individuals from this so-called security company that they trying to hire to go against the sheriff's department and securing the courtrooms. A lot of these judges at the Third Circuit Court, only at the civil division. They're not going to have them at the criminal court. Trust me on that. But they don't want security guards, you know, in their courtrooms. They don't want to have to deal with a security guard coming and going. They got a new officer every other day. It disrupts the whole system of trust in the agency. But more importantly, Sheriff Rafael Washington, who I've been going in on truthfully for the last 2 years. Okay, he's against it. Okay, let's just give Rafael Washington that bone. He doesn't want a security company coming in and replacing maybe 70% of the deputies at the Third Circuit Court at the Coleman Young Center. They're still going to have deputies there. They're still going to have some Wayne County Sheriff supervisors there, because they're still going to have a small contingency of deputies there to monitor this security company and their actions and their behavior. Because they're going to have these wannabe cops coming in there dressing like they Gestapo. I don't know if they're going to arm them or not, but even if they do, they're going to act above and beyond, and they're not subject to the same rules of behavior as a police officer. Having a wannabe security police force acting and replacing police officers is dangerous. That is the most civil liability dangerous thing that I can think of. If you go on Google, like I said, and look up Allied Universal, they've been sued more than any security force on the planet. Jones versus Allied Security Service, class action security company, underpays employees. A family of a man died after a security guard allegedly kneeled on his neck, filed against Allied Security Services in the city of Sacramento. Allied Security is like a nationwide security company. Now get this, all the drama that went down in 2020, Allied Security been doing the same thing. Family of man died after security guard allegedly kneeled on his neck, filed lawsuit against Allied Security Services. This is all on Google and it's factual information. They don't even take care of their own people. They got their own security officers suing them for held back pay, where University Allied settled. They had to settle a class action lawsuit because they were underpaying some of their police security guards over $90,000. And then there was another lawsuit filed by a bunch of their security personnel for Allied Security. Allied Universal was holding back over $400,000 from their workers, and the court ordered them to pay them. You know what I'm saying? Now this stuff is on Google, because you notice I'm glaring to the side, scrolling through all the issues with Allied Universal. Now I don't see how this situation can get past the Wayne County Commission. It's not going to get past them because it's a union busting tactic. Maybe trying to undercut the deputy sheriffs and get them out of there because they think it's going to save them money. And maybe the circuit court will have to write a smaller check. But you writing a smaller check to have these officers in place, but you're going to pay a bigger check when the lawsuits start coming in. And the people, the citizens, start recognizing that the deputies are no longer at the Third Circuit Court at the Coleman Young Center. People don't respect security guards as it is, you know, and the people are going to immediately notice that the deputies are not there, and the people are going to immediately notice that they are not fully MCO certified police officers. They're going to know that. They're not going to respect them. You know, so I don't know how the Wayne County assistant CEO and his chief of staff can even entertain this situation. I don't understand how the Honorable Patricia P. Fresard can even entertain this situation, because these judges, for the most part, they have close relationships with their court officers. And Judge Patricia Fresard, she loves her courtroom deputy, as most judges do, because they talk to each other on and off the record. They go to lunch together. They might even they party together. They are staff. They are family. And they don't want to have their family environment of trust and an officer that has full police authority replaced by a part-time wannabe cop. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Sheriff Rafael Washington, for all that's worth, is in disagreement with this, like the union says, he should be standing up on his toes right now, making damn sure that his jobs are protected. Why would he want to lose officers assigned to the circuit court downtown and diminish his authority and power? The man has to run for sheriff next year, and he's basically co-signing union busting. Judge Patricia Fresard, she has to run for re-election too. I don't know if she's up for election next year, because it's a major election going on next year. But when she comes up, if she goes with this situation of union busting in Wayne County, it's going to be hard for her to get elected anywhere. You know, but she's much more smarter than this. What brought all this on? Let me tell you. I don't know what Judge Patricia Fresard and Rafael Washington were talking about. From what I hear, these two got together and had a meeting, okay? And it didn't go well. Why it didn't go well? Probably because Sheriff Rafael Washington is flexing his muscles and trying to act like he's a Billy Badass, like he's been doing for years with women. And you know his history with women. It's all on my Facebook page. And he probably thought that he could talk to Judge Fresard like she was a nobody. You know, like she doesn't have the authority that she has being the chief judge of the Third Circuit Court. So probably when he got the mouthing off to her, she clapped back on his butt. And now they got this rift between them. And so I probably at the end of the day, the chief judge is like, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you, sir, who got the juice and who got the power in this house. So she probably called the county CEO's office, made arrangements to try to bring in the augmented deputies. Now, this conversation just didn't pop up. This been going on for a while, to my surprise and the union's surprise, you know. But this, even if it gets approved, or let's just say if the CEO's office wants to go with this, let's just say that if Chief Judge Fresard wants to pursue replacing the Wayne County deputy sheriffs at the circuit court at the Coleman Young Center with this rogue allied universal security force, it still has to pass muster with the Wayne County Commission. And from what I hear, the county commission seems to be the only ones that got some sense, and they're going to shut this down because it's union busting. It's a civil liability nightmare, especially when you trying to bring in a security company that has a history of being sued by multiple entities, including their own people, and being sued by female security officers. And recently there was an expose on Channel 7 where they jumped on the wrong Negro, and he knows all the ins and outs with their licensing procedures and how they've been hiring people who are not eligible to be security guards, you know, and all that good stuff. Overtime lawsuit filed against Allied Universal by Working Solutions law firm. The Allied Security is a wannabe security force, and it seemed like they went in that direction because they seem to have the most people available to just come in and take over. Because there's no other security company in this Tri-County area that has the bodies to put people in place like that. But it does not mean that each one of those individuals has Public Act 330 certification with the state. So that has to pass muster. Then there's the insurance that has to be filed for to cover the actions of these individuals, because Wayne County ain't gonna cover that insurance. But I think the Wayne County Commission understands union busting. And for the Sheriff Rafael Washington, who's running for election next year for sheriff, to just sit by and not jump up on his toes in opposition to this situation is crazy. And I can't believe that the intelligent and respectful woman that I know, the Honorable Patricia P. Fresard, to even entertain that notion, then more than likely she's going to have to give up her deputy. You know, if they bring in a security company, because the union is in control of union jobs, and they're in control of where these officers are assigned by seniority. There's going to be a lot of displaced people, a lot of unhappy people. But Wayne County is a union town, as I've said many times before. And anybody who is union busted in Wayne County cannot hold office in Wayne County. They can't. Because a lot of lifestyles, a lot of livelihoods depend on union jobs in Wayne County. That's what the Wood Dog knows, because I was a union employee to the bone. And I'm talking the way I'm talking to now on Thanksgiving Day, because I was just made aware of this yesterday. And I said, I got to just keep it real today, not later. I don't think this thing is going to go through. Cool heads have to prevail in this situation. You can't have a security company coming in, augmenting the deputies. Here's another document. Like I said, it's on my Facebook page under Frank Wood, and it's on Reginald Crawford's Facebook page. And once again, please like and subscribe to my channel. Now, let me give you a few more hints on this, and I'm going to get off of this. Many county judges in Wayne County have expressed they want deputies, not security guards, to continue to work at the circuit court. And here are a few articles on this issue. The problems inside Allied Universal, the largest security firm. GM kicks security firms officers off property at the Rensen Center in light of racism abuse allegations. Allied Universal has to pay a $110,000 EEOC complaint for a pregnancy discrimination lawsuit. You think Rafael Washington gonna speak up on that? Probably not, because he loves discriminating against women according to them lawsuits he's got on his butt. And another, like I said, $90,000 to settle pay disparities. Another $411,000 back wages to 1,459 black applicants who applied for jobs with Allied Universal. And this is the doggone security company that they trying to go with, or a security company like them, to take over for duly sworn deputies at the Wayne County Circuit Court. You gotta be kidding me. This is the wood dog, you understand? This is out of control down there downtown. What are our elected officials doing? Go on Google Allied Universal, go on my Facebook page under Frank Wood and check it out. The wood dog is giving it to you today, baby. Now let me hit on one more subject and I'm out. All right, here we go. The recent domestic violence law that was signed by Governor Whitmer just the other day. See, as you know, there is a federal attachment to domestic violence as it pertains to felonies. If you are convicted of felony domestic violence anywhere in this country, if you're convicted of it, you can no longer own or possess a firearm for the rest of your natural life. Okay, that's a federal thing. That was under Bill Clinton and is still in effect right now. So if you get convicted of felony domestic violence, you can no longer own or possess a firearm or ammunition or any object that propels a projectile for the rest of your natural life. Now, the new law that's in place by Governor Whitmer, it takes effect February 1st of next 2024. If you're convicted of misdemeanor domestic violence, you cannot own or possess a firearm in Michigan for 8 years. Again, as of February 1st of 2024, if you are convicted of misdemeanor domestic violence, not the felony I just spoke on, just the misdemeanor, you cannot own or possess a firearm for the rest of your 8-year life in Michigan. So that's an 8-year restriction. Now keep in mind, if you own guns and you get convicted of that misdemeanor, not the felony, just the misdemeanor, you cannot own or possess a firearm or ammunition for 8 years. So that means that any guns that you got to sell them, because they're going to know that you got them because they're registered to you. Now, if you got an illegal gun, then that remains to be seen, because that'd probably be a separate charge all to itself. It could turn into a felon in possession charge. They're closing the loophole on these domestic abusers. So just keep that in mind. Now, as you know, the video I did a couple days ago on a Wayne County deputy sheriff supervisor, Nelson Martinez, he had to go to court on November 21st, which was 2 days ago. So they did what they did in court at 8:45 in the morning. And so they kicked the can down the road. He has another court date on December 5th. This is the sheriff supervisor who beat the hell out of one of his, allegedly beat the hell out of his girlfriend, who happens to be a deputy sheriff herself. So he's now suspended without pay after they allowed him to come to work for a while, until Ross Jones from Channel 7 exposed his butt and got in his face with that microphone. So December 5th is his next court date at the 33rd District Court in Woodhaven in front of Judge McNally. Judge McNally, the 33rd District Court. December 5th is the next court date for this rogue lieutenant who likes to beat up his subordinates. All right, this is the Wood Dog. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I stuck to my 30 minutes. I'm out of here. Thank you very much, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.